It feels like a lifetime ago because, technically, it was. In my previous life, the girl I had loved since we were in school, the one everyone called the campus beauty, walked out on me. She left me for a wealthy guy she thought could launch her acting career, but it turned out he was just using her for a good time. He eventually got bored and married a woman from his own elite social circle. Meanwhile, I found success on my own terms. My photography won a prestigious international award, and the internet eventually dug up the truth about my family's massive fortune. When she found out, she showed up at my door in a storm, soaked to the bone and begging for a second chance. She tried to play the role of the damsel in distress to win me back. It didn't work, and the desperation turned to tragedy. I ended up dying in a fire she started. When I opened my eyes again, the clock had turned back. I was alive, and it was her birthday. In the timeline I remembered, she had spent this specific day showing off her relationship with that rich guy, Brad. But this time, everything was different. She had flipped the script completely. She was on live television, proposing to me, her boyfriend of 5 years. She didn't realize that I had come back too. I was sitting in my living room, watching the broadcast. The host was interviewing her, smiling widely. "You're so beautiful, Chloe. You must have admirers lining up around the block. Is there a special someone?" In the past, she would have looked shyly toward the audience where Brad was sitting, holding a sign that said, "Forever Love." But this time, she looked directly into the camera lens, with tears in her eyes. "If I could, I would propose to my boyfriend of 5 years right here. I love you forever, Mark." The studio audience gasped in surprise, and online comments immediately started rolling in, praising her for being so bold and modern. In the background of the shot, I saw Brad throw his sign down in a rage and storm out of the studio. Seeing that, I realized the truth. She had relived the past, too. She knew what happened to Brad, and she knew I was the one with the real money. I wasn't going to waste a single second on her this time. Her interview was playing on every channel, inescapable. She was proposing to me in front of the entire country. Staring at her smiling face on the screen, I felt a surge of rage. I punched the television with everything I had. The screen shattered, and I felt blood trickling down my wrist. If Chloe were standing in front of me right now, I probably would have lost control completely. I remembered how this day went in the old life. After 5 years of dating, I had planned to propose to her on her birthday. I knew she didn't like public spectacles, so I had bought flowers and balloons and set up our small rental apartment, waiting anxiously. Then, I saw her on a live variety show, gushing over Brad. I was stunned. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Even though she wouldn't answer my calls, I sat there like an idiot, waiting for her to come home, hoping she would tell me it was just a publicity stunt for a role. I typed and deleted countless text messages. Finally, I just sent one. "Can we meet?" She replied instantly. "Tomorrow at 10 a.m., the usual spot." I didn't sleep a wink. The next morning, I was at the restaurant by dawn. At 10 o'clock sharp, Chloe showed up wearing oversized sunglasses, standing at the door of the private room. "What is going on?" I asked, clinging to a tiny shred of hope. Chloe crossed her arms, her demeanor cold and distant. "It's exactly what you saw. I'm with someone else. He can get me the roles I want. He can get me on the big shows. I had no reason to say no." "So it's just for that?" I laughed, a bitter, hollow sound. "Everything we had, thrown away for a role?" "What do you mean, just for that?" she snapped, suddenly emotional. "Do you have any idea how hard it is to make it in this industry alone? Some girls have sponsors before they even graduate. I've struggled for everything I have. I've held out for so long. You think this is easy?" tears started falling as she trembled. "Mark, I know nobody will ever treat me better than you, but I don't have a choice. If you care about me, let me go, please." She covered her face, grabbed her purse, and turned toward the door. I wanted to beg her to stay, but then Brad barged in, wrapping his arm possessively around her. "Why aren't you finished yet?" he asked. She looked up at him, her tears instantly vanishing. She leaned into him. "Why did you come in? It's almost done." Brad looked impatient. "What is there to talk about?" He turned to face me, sneering. "Chloe only stuck around because you were a free photographer. Stop thinking you're someone important." "Impossible," I said, refusing to believe it. But Chloe just giggled, poking Brad in the chest. "Why spoil it? You're so bad." Then her expression flattened as she looked at me. "Chin up, since you know there's no point in faking it. Did you actually think I liked you? There are plenty of guys like you who think they're special just because I like the photos you take. I wouldn't give you a second look otherwise. Get it? Stop chasing me." With that, she left without looking back. My mind went blank as I watched them walk away, arm in arm. But in this life, right after the show aired, Chloe messaged me. "Hey babe, where are you? Did you see my interview? I really want to see you." I replied quickly. "Tomorrow at 10 a.m., same spot." Meeting Chloe originally had been a happy accident. I was a photography major, and I loved taking pictures of everything. One day on campus, I was shooting the cherry blossoms when a beautiful girl stepped into my frame. She lifted her head, flower petals falling on her face. She looked so pure. I realized then that sometimes someone just walks into your heart without warning. I snapped some photos. She noticed, but instead of getting upset, she smiled at the camera and posed. That's how we met, and I became her personal photographer. After a few dates, I told her how I felt. She shyly accepted, but gave me a condition. "You know I want to be an actress. Actresses can't have scandals. Let's keep our relationship a secret, okay?" I agreed immediately. I wasn't the flashy type anyway. As long as it helped her, I was fine with it. I would bring her food in the cafeteria, ask about her schedule, and support her dreams. She often didn't reply on time, but I didn't mind. She was busy. She always said she wanted to be a talented actress, not just a pretty face. I was so proud of her. Her first taste of fame actually came from those cherry blossom photos I took. My pictures of her, wearing no makeup under the trees, struck a chord online. Everyone loved her innocent look. I remember how happy she was, saying how lucky she felt. Honestly, there was no such thing as luck. I had asked my family for help, hired digital marketing teams, and pushed her into the trending topics. I never told her any of this because seeing her smile was enough for me. I always thought I was the most special person to her. Turns out, I was just the most gullible. In the past life, by our 5th year, I decided I'd had enough of being her doormat. I blocked her contact info and moved out of my apartment. But Brad, her rich boyfriend, just saw her as a toy and dumped her as soon as he was bored. He quickly got engaged to a girl his family approved of, leaving Chloe with nothing. When the internet found out I was actually a billionaire heir, she shamelessly came back, begging to reconcile. "You know it was Brad who made me do those things," she claimed. "I actually love you." I didn't believe her. After several failed attempts to manipulate me, she set fire to my studio, hoping to win me back by pretending to risk her life to save me. Coincidentally, we were about to film a scene involving an explosion, so the crew had stored flammable materials in the studio. The place was engulfed in flames instantly. She was too scared to actually go in, but she told Sarah that I was trapped inside. Sarah, a sweet junior student, rushed in without hesitation and never came out. I died in that fire, too. In the moments after death, it felt like my spirit was hovering. I saw Chloe crying uncontrollably at my grave. Initially, I thought it was an accident, and I even felt touched that she seemed to care. But then she started mumbling to herself. "Why didn't you tell me about your family's wealth earlier? We'd be married by now, and I'd have your inheritance. It's all your fault. If you hadn't kept rejecting me, I wouldn't have staged a fire to try and save you. Now all my efforts are wasted, you useless fool. You've wasted so much of my time. And Sarah, that little witch, I knew she always liked you. I purposely told her you were inside and she just ran in. Fine. You two can be tragic lovers in the afterlife." She wiped her tears and raised her chin. "Don't blame me. All I did was start a small fire. It's your bad luck. In dramas, people like you die miserably. You're not even side characters. You're just disposable." She had set the fire on purpose. And Sarah, she was just a few years younger than us, the sister of a friend. I had introduced her to Chloe a couple of times. I didn't even know about her crush. I just saw her as a little sister. Chloe was heartless, sacrificing an innocent girl. Overwhelmed with hatred, a voice suddenly asked me, "Do you wish to go back in time?" I screamed silently, I do! The anger was so overpowering I passed out. When I woke up, I was back in my old apartment in the present timeline. At the restaurant, Chloe arrived early. As soon as she saw me, she leaned over gently. "Honey, did you miss me?" I felt nauseous and instinctively pulled away. Chloe staggered, almost falling, her face filled with surprise and hurt. "Mark, what's wrong?" I lowered my eyes and clenched my fists under the table, using every ounce of strength to stop myself from hitting her. "Sorry, I'm not used to you speaking to me like this." "Are you sick?" she asked. It made sense she was confused. In the past, she was always hot and cold, never this gentle. Thinking of how obsessed I used to be with her, I wanted to slap myself. Chloe's face stiffened, but she forced a smile. "I'm fine. Did you catch what I said on TV yesterday? So, when are you planning to marry me?" Here came the real question. I spoke cautiously. "I just read in a gossip column that after your proposal on the show, a fan smashed their light-up sign. Will marriage affect your career?" Her eyes darted nervously. "Just a fan. No one compares to you. But I heard he's a wealthy guy who hangs around the set a lot. Seems like a loyal fan." "I heard you two were inseparable on set," I said, gazing at her. "Anyone would think he's your boyfriend." Chloe's face drained of color. "Must be that Anna spreading rumors. She's always competing for roles with me. She's jealous. Don't believe her. Brad and I are just friends. We had a few meals together out of courtesy." I continued casually. "I heard he's rich. You're not tempted?" she replied defensively. "What do you mean? Do you think that's who I am? I have a boyfriend. What does his money mean to me, really?" She looked so innocent, but knowing she was a monster in disguise, I chuckled internally. Outwardly, I apologized sincerely. After pretending to be mad, she forgave me quickly. "Jealous, huh? He's not as tall or handsome as you, just rich. His family has connections in the industry, otherwise I wouldn't bother." Watching her fake performance, I couldn't understand how her sweet talk had fooled me so easily in the last life. "What do you think, then? When will I meet your parents?" she asked, her fingers poking playfully at my chest. "I'm just a small-time photographer, not worthy of a big star," I said. "Let me win the International Photography Prize. Then I'll propose." She seemed reassured. "I believe you'll win. I'll start preparing for the wedding. I'll go freshen up." Seeing her leave satisfied, I took out the equipment I had prepared and cloned her phone data. I couldn't let my guard down. Who knew what crazy things she would do in this life? When she got back, I didn't stick around. I told her I needed to go shoot some wildlife in another city for the competition, so I could propose sooner. I thought Brad would retaliate, but everything remained calm for days. Was I overthinking this? No way. Brad wasn't the type to take being played and just swallow his pride. Something had to be off. That day, I purposely went to the high-end club Brad often visited, ready to accidentally run into him and mess with him a little. Before I could even make a move, Brad spotted me. "Is that you?" he called out. I pretended not to recognize him. "Excuse me, who are you?" Then, acting like a light bulb went off, I said, "Oh, you're that rich kid chasing Chloe." Brad smirked arrogantly. "Seems like this place is letting anyone in these days." I acted offended. "Sure, you're rich, but so what? Chloe chose me. She thinks I'm taller and better looking. She's not blind. She knows who to pick." Brad got pissed, just like I wanted. "You fool. I just gave her a diamond necklace and she was in my bed without protest. You're totally in the dark." I feigned outrage. "No way! You can't get her, so now you slander her? Chloe already told me you're narrow-minded and ruthless." "What are you talking about?" Brad barked, grabbing my collar. I didn't flinch. "I'm not scared of you. If you're a man, take it out on me. Leave Chloe alone." The manager saw things could go south and jumped in to break us up, and a small crowd gathered. Brad's bodyguard whispered something to him. He smirked, let go of me, and said, "You're lucky today. I'm not wasting my time on a loser like you. Scram!" I pretended like I wasn't backing down, but made my way out with security. Minutes later, I saw the text hit Chloe's phone. "See me at the hotel tonight." So that was it. A wife is less desirable than a mistress, and a mistress is less exciting than a secret affair. What a pair of losers. I put on a suit and got to the hotel early. Sure enough, those two showed up not long after. I tipped off some tabloid reporters and bribed the staff. We rushed into the room at just the right moment. Inside, there they were, caught red-handed. Hearing the commotion, Chloe screamed, grabbing a sheet to cover up. I pulled it off her, revealing her face to the cameras. I played the role of the heartbroken boyfriend perfectly. "Why?" I asked, looking shattered. "Was it Brad? Did he force you?" Chloe was already in shock from my sudden entrance. When I questioned her, she instinctively tried to save herself. "Yes, I didn't want this. He forced me." Brad wasn't anxious, just angry at the cameras. But hearing Chloe's claim, he turned and slapped her across the face. "You liar. You were just a plaything to me. No need for force." Chloe's face whipped to the side. She was stunned and tried to take back her words, but I seized the moment. "You rapist? And you dare hit the victim?" I turned to comfort Chloe. "Don't worry, it's not your fault. I'll stand by you." Chloe hesitated, then nodded. She realized that Brad might have cash, but he was just an illegitimate son who wasn't respected by his family. I was the heir to mine. She figured I was her best bet. "You conniving snake!" Brad yelled. "You came on to me. That necklace on your neck, I bought it." Brad barely covered himself and yelled at the reporters, "No pictures or you'll be hearing from my lawyers." The hotel manager realized this was a mess and called the cops. At the precinct, under police questioning, Chloe got scared, but stuck to her story because I was there. I sensed her hesitation and acted quickly. "Chloe, don't be scared. I know you were forced. I won't hold it against you. After this is over, I'll marry you. We'll have the grandest wedding." Chloe bought into my promises, insisting to the cops that Brad used a movie role to lure her there and forced himself on her when she said no. We left the station late at night. Chloe did what I hoped, leaving Brad detained. Even if Brad could prove she agreed to meet, it was tough to convince anyone she wanted what came next. After comforting Chloe, I dropped her home. She shamelessly asked me to stay. "Mark, I'm scared. Stay with me, please." I faked sadness. I need time to process today, okay? I'll be here first thing tomorrow. The next day, the scandal hit the headlines. Hearts broken. Rising star found in bed with wealthy man. Caught in the act. Young starlet cheats with rich boy. Without hard evidence, the media played it safe, censoring the photos. But the public opinion turned on Chloe fast. Just got engaged and caught cheating? I've lost faith in love. Some people defended her. Maybe she really was forced. They did end up at the police station. Before a consensus formed, explicit photos of Chloe in bed leaked online. Sweetheart gone seductress. Starlet's private pics exposed. Suspecting Brad's hand in this, I enjoyed the chaos. Chloe called me, crying. "You have to believe me, Mark. I was really forced that night. Is he doing this to ruin me?" Did she think I was as dumb as before? As if the pics are edited, I said bluntly. Did you forget what I do? If I can't spot edited photos, I should quit photography. She stumbled. I didn't expect you to still lie. We're done, I said. Chloe panicked. No, I don't want to break up. Listen, I was drugged. Brad set me up. Done hearing lies, I said, and ended the call, blocking her everywhere. Chloe wasn't giving up. She showed up at my new place, standing in the rain all night, flooding me with messages from other numbers. Mark, it's not what you think. You have to trust me. Mark, how can you be so cold? Weren't your promises of everlasting love true? Even if you're mad now, I know deep down you still love me. I'll always wait for you to change your mind. I wasn't buying any of it. One day, while I was taking out the trash, she slipped into my building and into my room. I told her to get out, but she suddenly got down on her knees, crying her eyes out. Mark, I lied because I was scared you'd get mad. I didn't want to tell you. I was afraid you'd leave me. I was just drunk that day. Please, can you forgive me just this once? I didn't feel a thing watching her. She looked worn out, hounded by the media and cursed by fans. It felt satisfying. Are you done? Then get out. Seeing I wouldn't forgive her, she seemed to make a decision. She ran to the balcony, put one foot on the ledge, and looked back at me with tears in her eyes. If you don't forgive me, life isn't worth living. I might as well jump. I folded my arms and gestured toward the drop. Go ahead. She bit her lip and put both feet on the ledge, pleading, Please give me one more chance. I can't live without you. I let out a sarcastic laugh. Think it through. We're on the 19th floor. You wouldn't survive. Seeing she couldn't sway me, Chloe stepped down from the ledge, breaking down. Why? Why are you like this? In every life I made one mistake and you're so heartless, giving me no way back. I knew someone like her wouldn't actually have the courage to die. What a pity, I said. I begged you once. Do you have a heart? I hate you, she screamed, charging at me in desperation. Mark, just one more chance. I can't do without you. I finally lost my patience. I grabbed her arm and pushed her away. Don't waste your time. You think I'd give you another chance? What do you want? To burn me alive again? Chloe was shocked. You know? I glared at her terrified face. How do you think I found the hotel? You burned me alive once, but this time I'll make sure you're ruined. Terrified, Chloe screamed and ran out of the room. After dealing with Chloe, I headed to Milan for the International Photography Awards ceremony. She had proposed to me before, but I was camera shy, so no one really knew my face. This time, there was buzz from the Photography Association, and a lot of enthusiasts found out about me, giving me some fame. A few days later, Chloe portrayed herself as a victim in an interview, accusing me with tears in her eyes. I was naive. I didn't expect someone to treat me this way. I only knew he liked photography, but I didn't know it was like this. I truly loved him, or I wouldn't have proposed. But when I found out he took secret, inappropriate photos, I couldn't accept it. After discovering the photos, I wanted to break up, but he refused, threatening me with them. Brad comforted and supported me. We're in love. I had just come back when I heard the news. As soon as I got off the plane, I got a text from Chloe. I gave you a chance. You brought this on yourself. Brad was out on bail, too, texting me. Think you can take me on? This is your end. In no time, public opinion turned against me. Sharp internet users quickly uncovered that I, the recently awarded photographer, went to the same school as Chloe. Overnight, I went from being a promising artist to a creepy voyeur hated by everyone. Concerned citizens bombarded the event organizers with emails demanding my award be revoked. Even my fellow students petitioned the school to expel me. People even found where my work was being exhibited and vandalized it, forcing the gallery to pull my pieces. I reported it to the police immediately. They took the case seriously, stating there wasn't enough proof that I took or uploaded the photos. But the court of public opinion had already declared me guilty. A few days later, my family's wealth became public, sparking more outrage. They branded me a scumbag rich kid who toyed with feelings. Even the police were accused of shielding me because of my money. During this time, I shut down all my social media and didn't leave the house. I even had to leave food deliveries at the door. Sarah was the first to stand up for me. She posted a video saying, "There's no way Mark would do something like that." From Chloe, I had learned that in the past life, Sarah had risked everything to save me and had secretly liked me. We weren't close. She was just my friend's cousin. But seeing her video surprised me. The trust she had in me stood out. In the video, Sarah pointed to one of the leaked photos. First, look at this picture. There's a finger partially covering the lens. Mark is a professional photographer. Lenses are precious to him, and he'd never make such a rookie mistake. True photography lovers never touch the glass with their fingers. This voyeur isn't him. Her argument was solid, and some photographers in the comments agreed. I started to notice how detail-oriented she was. Also, she continued, this necklace in the photo is from this season's collection, meaning it was taken in the last 2 months. But Mark was in the islands shooting migratory birds during that time. These birds only come to the islands to nest and breed during these specific months. Comments began to suggest maybe I didn't take the photos, but most still sided with Chloe, pointing out I could have met Chloe during those 2 months. Then Chloe came out the next day, trying to stay relevant. She went live, eyes teary. I know Sarah has always liked Mark. When we dated, she was often around us, always sticking to Mark. Chloe shook her head, holding back tears. I don't blame her. I just want to say don't get fooled by Mark like I was. The online community turned their guns on Sarah, saying she was blinded by love or just desperate. Some girls are out of their minds, they wrote, always sucking up to other people's boyfriends. If she gets scammed, she deserves it. Chloe saw that everyone bought her story and pretended to plead for Sarah. Guys, don't bash her. Maybe she just had a moment of confusion. Let's talk about something fun instead. Chloe smiled. My first leading role is about to start filming. Hope you all support me. Seeing Chloe's smug smile, I chuckled inside. Soon enough, I'd peel off her facade. That night, Chloe's fans flooded Sarah's livestream, hurling insults until she had to turn off the comments. I got Sarah's contact info from her brother and thanked her. Sarah sounded shy. No need to thank me. I didn't really do anything. Your willingness to believe in me is the best support I could ask for, I said. Sarah quickly defended herself. Don't listen to those people online. I'm not that kind of girl. Of course, I reassured her. I know. Poor girl. She was too shy to even ask for my contact info before. This time it's my fault for dragging you into this. But don't worry, it'll be sorted out soon. Things were spiraling. Even my family overseas got wind of it. When the buzz grew big enough, I handed over the evidence I'd prepared to the cops. I had hired a private eye to investigate those two right when I came back to life. Brad was a mess of flaws. One of his lackeys even secretly copied some twisted photos and videos Brad took. I paid a good price for them. Brad not only liked to shoot indecent photos, but he filmed his entire bedroom escapades. The files amounted to a whole terabyte, featuring not only Chloe, but other minor actresses and influencers. The police acted fast when they got the evidence and arrested Brad. His family, seeing the overwhelming proof, quickly condemned his actions and announced they were cutting ties with him. But Chloe, pulling the victim card again, apologized to me, saying it was all Brad's deception and a misunderstanding. She begged for my forgiveness. Even though I was cleared in the photo scandal, Chloe came out unscathed, riding the wave of public attention almost to A-list status. Her agency painted her as a strong survivor. Celebs in the industry were disgusted by Brad's actions, rallying around Chloe. I heard she even snagged a wealthy old investor to back her up, boosting her into the limelight. As soon as things settled, I asked Sarah out for a meal. I've been wanting to thank you properly, and now we finally get to meet. Sarah was all dolled up and shyly replied, "No need to thank me. I didn't do much. Besides, friends are supposed to help each other." "Your brother mentioned you wanted to track down the hotel from the photos," I said. Sarah scratched her head bashfully. "I thought the bed frame design looked like a hotel, so I tried checking out each one. I figured, why not? Maybe I'll find something to prove your innocence." I was touched. That must have been a lot of work, hitting up all those hotels. Sarah waved her hands. "Wasn't too bad. Just a few 5-star hotels in our city. Thankfully, you cleared your name, Mark." As we chatted away, Chloe showed up at the restaurant. Seeing no one else around, she shamelessly approached our table and taunted us. "Hooked up so fast, huh?" She turned to me. "Your taste isn't great. She's not worth a tenth of me." Sarah was flustered, unsure how to handle it. I shot back, "She's way more than you. Actually, she's purer, cleaner. To me, she's way prettier than you'll ever be." "You—" Chloe was gearing up to spew insults when suddenly the restaurant manager led a group of customers in. Chloe abruptly knelt, grabbing Sarah's hand. "Mark and I had some misunderstandings. Now he's mad, but I still love him and don't want to break up. Please, give him back to me. I really love him." Then she turned to me, tears flowing on command. "Mark, I know I misunderstood you. Please forgive me. I can't live without you." Sarah was shaking with fury at Chloe's quick switch, but couldn't even get a word out. "Quit acting like the victim," I said calmly. "Where were you before?" Seeing people starting to film with their phones, I grabbed Sarah and left the restaurant, not wanting to give Chloe more publicity. But naturally, someone uploaded the video online, painting Sarah as the homewrecker and mistress. I'd had enough. I leaked news through the media about Brad's HIV-positive status. Once that hit, paparazzi snapped Chloe heading to a hospital for a checkup. At the same time, some of Chloe's explicit videos started circulating online. Turns out, once Brad was taken down, his lackey couldn't profit off him anymore and tried to blackmail Chloe with the videos. But Chloe, now feeling super famous, refused to see a petty errand boy from her past. So, in a fit of rage, the guy released the unmasked videos of Chloe and Brad. In one video, they are in bed, and Brad asks, "Your photographer boyfriend never suspected anything?" Chloe scoffed. "He's a pushover. He believes anything I say." Brad laughed. How many idiots have you fooled? Chloe giggled. Plenty, but he's the dumbest. He thinks I'm innocent and wants to marry me, dreaming of treating me well. What an idiot. He's just a little photographer. I'm not blind enough to fall for that. Throughout the video, Chloe was clearly fully aware, showing no signs of being drugged or misled as she had claimed. Viewers, feeling duped, were enraged. Chloe's new drama was just starting production, and angry fans picketed the set, demanding her removal. Her production got halted, and even her past works were pulled off shelves under public pressure. Her agency quickly severed ties, leaving her jobless and with a massive penalty fee to pay for breach of contract. Since then, Chloe disappeared from the scene. I heard she contracted HIV from Brad. Everyone in the industry knew the wealthy old man who supported her ditched her, vowing to banish her from the entertainment circle. Rumor has it, she got plastic surgery abroad, changed identities, and now works as a hostess in a small town. After a few dates, I formally confessed my feelings to Sarah. To my delight, she accepted. In my past life, that silly girl braved a fire to save me, leading to both our deaths. This time around, it's my turn to protect her.